Welcome, everybody. My name is Jeff. I'm the creator and developer of RevuIQ. And what I thought I would do today is take you along on a real world use case scenario. I originally developed RevuIQ as a custom GPT that would extract reviews for apartment buildings. I'm a property manager slash asset manager by day, and one of my tasks is to analyze and summarize the reviews of our assets. And I do it frequently and periodically, and I just thought that there should be a better way to pull the reviews. And I set out to do that. And so, although RevuIQ can do anything listed on Google, whether that's a hotel, apartment complex, restaurant, attraction, service-based business, anything on Google worldwide, it excels in analyzing the reviews for apartment buildings. Now, again, it can analyze and will understand any industry, but it definitely excels in apartments. So what I'd like to do is continue using our examples for properties in Las Vegas. And here we've got two assets. We've got Evora Vegas with a 4.6 review score with 95 reviews. It's an apartment complex. And we also have Aspire at Redwood Apartments, which also has a 4.6 and 45 reviews. So at first glance, these assets and the reviews appear similar, and we really can't glean anything unless we were to click into each one. And instead, what we can do with RevuIQ is toggle the compare two places. And in this first, we'll put Evora Vegas Apartments. Las Vegas, Nevada. And then we'll also put Aspire at Redwood Apartments, Las Vegas, Nevada. And then we'll hit the compare two places icon. And what that's going to do is it's going to go pull the most recent page of reviews for both of these assets and send them to ChatGPT. Typically one page is 8 reviews. And it's going to bundle those 8 reviews along with the location. And it's going to make it very easy for ChatGPT to know which reviews go to which property. And it's going to summarize them both and send the output to the AI analysis tab. And here we have the results. Now again, what we have here in blue is not the actual prompt that was sent to ChatGPT. This is essentially just a summary of the prompts. It's a decoy. The actual prompts are quite sophisticated and not very brief, so it'd be difficult to actually show them in the output. But here we've asked it to compare the reviews between Evora Vegas and Aspire at Redwood Apartments. We've asked it to focus on overall ratings and customer satisfaction for each location, key differences in products, services, and atmosphere between the two locations, unique strengths and weaknesses of each place, notable patterns in recent reviews for both locations. And then I've also asked it to make sure to clearly distinguish between Evora Vegas and Aspire at Redwoods. So here we get to the overall ratings and customer satisfaction. Evora Vegas and Aspire at Redwoods boast an impressive average rating of 4.5 from their 8 total reviews. This indicates a generally high level of satisfaction among residents at both locations. However, the nuances between the reviews reveal different experiences and themes that are pivotal in understanding the unique offerings at each property. So the first thing we have is key differences in products, service, and atmosphere. With Evora Vegas, the service, the reviews highlight a mix of positive and negative experiences. For example, one reviewer praised Jonathan for his proactive approach in resolving maintenance issues, stating, "I trust and know he cares and he knows how to get stuff done." This suggests the management responsiveness can be a strength. The atmosphere, the property seems to have a vibrant community feel, with multiple reviewers expressing satisfaction with their interactions with the staff, particularly Damien and Kayla, who are described as friendly and knowledgeable. However, the negative feedback regarding customer service during a property tour indicates that not all experiences are equally welcoming, as one potential resident reported feeling judged and dismissed by the staff. And here we have Aspire at Redwoods. The service, on the other hand, Aspire at Redwood consistently receives high praise for its management team, especially Shirley and Crystal. A reviewer noted, "The quality of service provided by Gray, Crystal, and Zach has been consistently wonderful," emphasizing the team's commitment to customer satisfaction. And the atmosphere, Aspire is often described as having a resort-like ambiance, with amenities that foster a sense of community. One resident expressed that living there feels like a vacation, stating, "I feel as if I live on a resort." This can be appealing to those looking for more than just a place to live. And then it gets into unique strengths and weaknesses. It explains the strengths for Evora Vegas along with its weaknesses. It also gives the strengths and weaknesses for Aspire at Redwood. And then here we get to notable patterns in recent reviews. Both locations exhibit a trend of residents appreciating the staff's involvement in their leasing experience. However, while Evora Vegas has a few standout staff members praised for their efforts, Aspire at Redwood consistently highlights a team-oriented approach that appears to foster deeper connections with residents. The overall comparison summary: Evora Vegas reviews vary significantly, with high praise for individual staff members, but a concerning instance of poor customer service. The average rating remains strong at 4.5. Aspire at Redwood Apartments. The site also holds an average rating of 4.5, but with a notable absence of significant negative feedback. So in this case, the overall winner, Aspire at Redwood Apartments, emerges as the overall winner. The consistent recognition of staff professionalism, a strong sense of community, and a luxurious atmosphere create a compelling living environment that resonates with residents. So at this point in time, you could interact with these reviews. All these reviews were sent to ChatGPT, and it does retain the context and the memory of those reviews, so you can ask particular questions, and some questions that might be important can range from cleanliness of the property to soundproofing of the walls, things of that nature. But we can also go back to reviews, and here we've got a side-by-side comparison of both locations. Here we've got Evora Vegas 4.6 and the Aspire at Redwoods also with the 4.6. Now you can sort these by newest, oldest, highest, and lowest. You can do that for both locations. And here, if you ever see this blue text bubble, what that means is that the management has responded. So you can click and you can see all of the responses. So you can actually drill into each property, see the full review along with the management responses. And if you really wanted to dive into a particular property, you could hit new search. Let's Las Vegas, Nevada. Now this is just a single location search, and it's going to pull us the first page. But we can also load additional pages, and I like to do this just for a deeper analysis. And you can see that we're already back to a month ago. I typically like to get 3 months worth if I can. Again, some properties get a lot of reviews very quickly. Some reviews, it can take months to get a single review. But here's 3 pages, so we know that we're at least 24 reviews. And I'm going to call that good. And we're going to send those to ChatGPT. And in this case, instead of a comparison search, I have it doing a deeper analysis of the reviews that it sent. And in this case, 27 reviews were sent with an average rating of 4.4. Now, I think what I've found as I use RevuIQ is that sometimes and oftentimes the overall review score doesn't tell you the full story. It can tell you the full story over the entire history of the property, but as we know, things change, management changes, ownership can change, businesses practices can change. So what this does is it's always pulling the most relevant, the most frequent, the most current reviews, so that as you do these reviews more and more often, periodically, you can start to see trends. And speaking of trends, for the Evora Vegas, we see positive trends, property quality and amenities, maintenance response, negative trends, maintenance delays, self-tour accessibility, critical insights, staff training and consistency, maintenance management, touring process. In summary, while Evora boasts a strong reputation for its facilities and staff, attention to customer service, consistency, and maintenance responsiveness will be crucial in maintaining tenant satisfaction and attracting new residents. Now, one of the features of RevuIQ is that it knows which industry you're talking about, and it can tailor its analysis to that particular industry. So ChatGPT knows when it's analyzing trends, it knows how to pick out the trends and the aspects of that industry that are important to the locations that you're searching. And if you wanted to dig further, you can always go back into the reviews tab. Again, you can start to review management responses, but what I would also more than likely do is search Spire. Las Vegas, Nevada. And I would send that. But what I'm also going to want to do is I'm going to want to pull multiple pages. And this does go back to 3 or 4 months ago, which is a perfect example of how some properties receive more reviews in a shorter amount of time. But we're still going to grab 3 pages. And if you ever pull too many reviews, or if you ever reach the end of the reviews, you'll get a pop-up saying that you've reached the end. But here we've got 3 full pages that go back to 11 months. Let's send those to ChatGPT. Now earlier, Evora gave us a 4.4 over the most recent 27 reviews. In this case, we also have a 4.4. Positive feedback, community atmosphere and amenities, seamless move-in experience, critical feedback. Now, the way that the prompt is designed is that I've always asked it to return 3 strategies for improvement. Now, this not only helps a prospective customer or resident, it can also help the owners of these businesses learn how to course correct if they're on a negative trajectory. As far as the critical feedback, management issues and billing concerns, noise and community events, fees for amenities, overall insight. The Aspire at Redwood Apartments presents a largely positive living experience. However, management issues, particularly regarding billing practices and noise levels. So these could be factors that are important to residents who want to move into either of these locations. Typically, when you're doing this, you'll find that upon a closer inspection that the reviews aren't exactly neck and neck. And you can start to uncover positive or negative trends that should have an impact in your decision making. But also just to show you how you can interact with these reviews, let's say do any review, mention noise complaints. That's always a big one. So what had happened is all of the reviews were sent to ChatGPT, and it retains those for as long as the API call session is open. And if you scroll down here, we can say, do any reviews mention noise complaints? It says yes, a few reviews do mention noise complaints. Residents have expressed concerns about noise levels, particularly related to loud gatherings and activities from other tenants. For example, one review specifically noted disturbances caused by children's parties, which impacted their living experience. So you can keep interacting with these reviews until you get what is important to you. And you can do this periodically. In my day job, I do these monthly, and I send the reports to the people I report to, as well as our on-site teams. And how you do that is basically just press on here. You get copy and share, but you can press share and you can send this to notes, email, messages, save it to files, and you can print it. So there's a lot of things that you can do with this comparison and with this review analysis. And you can use this in your daily job, in your daily life. Say you were doing this and you were trying to figure out which one of these apartments, and you had hit on something important, you could send this to your future roommates, and perhaps that makes a difference and pushes you over the fence one way or the other. That's the whole reason and purpose why I created RevuIQ. I hope you all will download it and give it a shot. It's free to download. There are 3 free lookups included with every download. Single and comparison searches both only count as one lookup. So I hope you'll give it a shot and let me know what you think. You can do that by leaving a comment in the comments down below, Or you can also send me an email at support@revuiq.com. In either case, I will respond and get back to you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you.